We'll talk about the four fundamental thermodynamic relations which are very much asked in the IIT-JAM exam. So these are the relations that you can see, but everyone has problems of remembering how to remember all these things. These will definitely, this or Maxwell, this often comes in this MCQ, or MCQ part only mainly comes all these questions, like which is the right equation, which is the wrong equation. They will ask in the MCQ. Many a times I have seen all these questions. So the main problem is how to remember all these formulas, like equations. And this is the trick that I use, and after I remember this trick for my rest till now, after 2 years of giving jam also, I remember this trick. So the sentence that you use for this is, some of you might know it. This sentence is your, I'll just write it below. Okay, good physicists have studied under very fine teachers. Take the first letter of every word, and those are your state functions or the parameters that you are taking, right? G for gives free energy, P for pressure, H for enthalpy, S for entropy, U or E, that is normally used for internal energy, V for volume, F is for this Helmholtz energy, that is also given by A, T is for temperature, right? And you write this in this form. Okay, you make this kind of box, two boxes, and you write good physicists, the first letters, have studied under very fine teachers. In this box, remember that you draw one line like this, and you, as you like, one line below and go over here. But when you come back, you do not match and try to make a square. You extend it a bit so that you can fit the other letters as well. So what's the use of making this box like of this shape is that when you go right means right, left means left, up means up, and down means down. Okay, for just explaining, I told like this. I know you guys are very smart, and you guys can understand these things easily. Up, down. Okay, when you go right, let me use a black pen now. That when you go right or when you go up, you have to use a positive sign. When you go left, when you go down, you have to use a negative sign. And these are the four possibilities that you have. Very easy to remember. It's VDP or PDV. It's TDS or SDT. Okay, very easy to remember the possibilities. And how is it done? So see, G, P is on the right, T is below. So what it is? So P is on the right. So if I'm writing DG, P is on the, so let me just, so P is on the right, so I have to write DP. And over here, what is it? What is below? DT. So DT is there. This will be a positive sign because it's on the right hand side, and DP goes with what? V, right? DT goes with what? S. This will. So let me see whether I've got the right answer or not. It's VDP minus SDT. So DG is VDP minus SDT. So I got the right answer. Let me do one more just for your clarity. Not on this side I'm doing. Let me do for Helmholtz, right? Because Helmholtz might be asked. Just a guess. So df over here. So what are the on the left hand side we have t, so this will be dt. On downside we have v, so this will be dv. So let me just make a box and doing it over here. Okay, so dt and dv, because those are the, so we have to take the adjacent positions. We have to take the adjacent positions always. So p and t were the adjacent positions for g, t and v are the adjacent positions for f, S and P are the adjacent for, I'm going to H and U also. Okay, don't worry. So dt and dv I have, and dt will go with what? V. dv will go with what? Your P. It's on the left, it's on the down, so both will be negative. Minus v dt minus p dv. Sorry. So this will be SDT. Okay. What is that? Yep. So this will be SDT, because these are four possibilities, right? TDS, SDT, VDP or PDV. Okay, so minus PDV minus SDT. Okay, so similarly, if you do for DG, that will be like VDP and your TDS, because P is up and S is on the right hand side. So you see on this is on the right hand side and on the up side. So for each both will be positive, and this will be our VDP and TDS. So I hope you're understanding. So I'm just looking at the adjacent positions. I'm explaining one more time. Is that I'm looking at the adjacent positions of the parameter that I'm calculating, and I have to put that in the derivative part. And depending on the four possibilities, which is very easy to remember, as I said, it's either VDP or it's either PDV, it's either TDS or it's either SDT. Depending on the four possibilities, we can put this first letter as well very easily. And for the sign, what we have to do is we have to look it's going on the right hand side or going on the upward side, or on the left side or down side. So using that, we can find all the four thermodynamic equations, right? Okay, now we come to the Maxwell's relations using SP, T and V. And how this is done is you take this, so this is one of those equations, and some other equations I'm going to write using the technique I'm going to show you. Is that you have to go two circles, right? What do I mean by you have to go two circles? I'm just telling you. And so over here you have this, right? SPT VTP. Okay, so what you do is you start with S. You have to like cover three parameters. So you covered 1, 2, 3. You covered three parameters, and the opposite way also you have to cover three parameters, and the circle will go in opposite direction. And I'm going on V, T, P. So I'm again covering three. And how we have to write it is when we are writing ds by dp, the third parameter that we come across, we have to write as the constant or the t part equals to. And when we are going the opposite direction, and then we have to put the equal to sign, is that the third parameter again we have to write on the constant part, and p is the third parameter. So this is 1, 2, 3 when we are going on this side, and when we are going on this side, this will be your, okay, so just to avoid confusion, I'll write ABC, A, B, C, right? And the rule over here is whenever V and T are together, there will be a negative sign. V and T are together, so there will be a negative sign. Okay, I'm just finding out the other equations that are there, and I will be doing that using the same trick that I told you, right? Okay, so for the other equations that I have found out, so this part I'll wrap it out, and okay, let me write this again over here, S, P, T and V. Okay, so again I'm telling this is 1, 2, 3 on this side if I'm going on this clockwise direction, and for the anti-clockwise direction again we have to go from the next parameter that we have left out, and we have to go A, B, C, and the third parameter that we come across will be the constant. The first parameter will be on the top, the second parameter will be on the bottom, third parameter on the constant, equals to the opposite direction, that is circling, first parameter on top, second parameter on your bottom, third parameter will be the constant, and there will be a negative sign, right? And because why negative sign? Because V and T are together. So using this part, I'm going to do the other circles as well. And how will I do that? Let me take a different color. Let me start from P then over here, and use from P I'll go till V, right? And from S I will go till T, because I have to cover three parameters, P, T, V, and this SPTV thing you have to remember. Okay, so using that, if I do it, what will come? dp dt at constant V, and this will be on the opposite side, this will be equals to ds by dv at constant t. Okay, so this is one of the Maxwell's equations again I found out. And so let me do some more circles over here. So if I take, let me take this green color, let me take from T, if I'm going from T to S, and the other one will come from P to V, right? So and for that what we'll do, so if I'm going from P to S, so this will be dp on top, and Okay, I'm going from T to S. If I'm taking this opposite direction first, which we can do also because it's an equal to sign, so there'll be dp on top, ds on bottom, v constant, a negative sign will be there because on this side the t and v are together. So whenever v and t are together, you have to put this negative sign. Okay, so this is one of those, again, Maxwell's equations. If understood, so first parameter on top, second parameter on bottom, third parameter in the constant, negative sign if t and v are together. How does this come? This is just a trick to remember. Also, there's derivations which you don't need to remember actually. Even if you're a professor, I don't think you remember all these things. You can just see it and then you can teach. But you should know, if you're really interested in all these things, you should know how it comes. Then it will also help you to do further theoretical research on all this stuff. Okay, so I'm left with the last circle. I know it's getting a bit clumsy, but I'm trying to explain you guys. So let me take this yellows. Oh my goodness, this yellow is so dark. So from V to P I can go. That will be, so V to P I never went, right? And for that again, this will be T to S. Right, if I'm not V to P, I'm going T I have left. So this will be again T to S. Okay, so I'm making a mistake on this side. That's why I thought what's going wrong is that the circle will be going in the opposite direction. Very important, right? The two circles that are running will go in the opposite direction. And with that, we can do it. I'm writing over here. So I'll just rub this portion out. Okay, so it's very easy, but you need to practice because without practice nothing happens. So first parameter on top, second parameter on bottom, third parameter will be the constant equals to your first parameter on top, second parameter on bottom, third parameter will be the constant. Okay, so this is the final Maxwell's equations. My battery is low, but using that we have covered all the thermodynamic relations and all the Maxwell's relations, and I have told you the tricks also how to do it. This will definitely, I can't say definitely, obviously no one can say, but this has a very high chance of coming in your MCQs because I've seen it so many times. This is asked for 1 marks, 2 marks, MSQ or MCQs you can ask, right? So with that, do revise it, analyze it, what I have said, and God bless you. See you in the next video.